Hi, Jasmine. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I know the last time we had talked about um, going to the gym and a bunch of other coping strategies. So I wanted to ask how your week has been with the goal of researching gyms and whatnot.
So it went pretty well. I found a couple of gyms like in my area. The cheapest one I found was like Planet Fitness for like
Mhm.
$10 a month. So that was pretty
Okay.
good. But one of my friends told me that I might be able to get a membership for free, like through my insurance.
Oh, really?
So yeah, she said like if you can like go online and see if your insurance like offers these programs to like
Hmm.
where they'll pay for your gym membership, and then but it's only for like certain locations, so I have to go see if they have Planet Fitness on there. But if they do, I would like to go there. But I mean, if it's like another gym that they cover for free, I consider it. But if it's super far, then I'd rather like just go to Planet Fitness because it's down the
Hmm.
street.
Yeah. Well, I want to say it seems like you're a lot more energized today. So I wanted to ask how that process of just doing that research was had made you feel.
It felt good. Like it felt like a step in the right direction. Um, I'm hoping that like I can get the membership and start going consistently to help me to lose weight. And I like one thing that I did like with like Planet Fitness. The guy that was talking to me, he was telling me that they offer like personal trainers, um,
Okay.
which I know we had talked about last week.
Yeah.
Um, they do offer personal trainers, um, and they offer like exercise classes too, and they're all
Mhm.
included for free, which is why I liked Planet Fitness. So I'm thinking that I'll probably go there. But yeah, it just felt good to know that I had options and that I could get like the most out of my money.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'm just hoping that I can keep the momentum going.
Good. Yeah, so it sounded like you were a lot more motivated this week.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's just, you've been doing so well and meeting the goals that we've been setting. And I think that now would probably, even though we're still soon in the therapy sessions and in the process, I think that it would be good to keep pushing yourself even further and even like harder to get to where you want to be. But I really like what you've been doing so far and how you like I can tell that you're feeling a lot more motivated than you have in the past.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So you met with the personal trainer and you saw that they had classes. Um, I just want to be clear on something. Did you end up getting a gym membership or was it just for the research this week?
Just the research this week, but when I went to Planet Fitness, they I guess like if you're interested, they like give you a tour and like just break down stuff for you.
Mhm.
So I was just there talking to the guy, and he was just explaining to me like what they offer if I decided to get the membership.
Mhm. Okay. And did you were you how did it feel to be sociable with people even though it wasn't for like a long period of time? Because I know that you don't go out and socialize a lot. So when you do, how does that feel? Does it feel better to go out and even if it's just this to talk to people during the day?
Yeah, I mean, it felt good to talk to somebody like in person because now I'm used to just like talking like through Zoom or on FaceTime or just like
Mhm.
on the internet in general. So it felt good to like talk to someone in person. And I felt a little okay, so I felt a little uncomfortable at first,
Mhm.
um, going to the gym just because I just felt insecure about my body. But
Mhm.
the other reason that I liked Planet Fitness is they were just like explaining to me their philosophy of like how they approach, I guess, working out and like your
Mhm.
body image and stuff like that. And it just felt like really welcoming. And they just
Mhm.
kept saying like it was a judgment free zone
Oh yeah.
and like kind of corny, but I mean, it was still good. So yeah, I mean, I was insecure, but they made me feel comfortable. Um, so my anxiety went down a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, overall, it felt good to like just talk to somebody in person because I
Mhm.
feel like I haven't done that in a long time, especially with the pandemic. But like even before,
Mhm.
um, I didn't really have like face to face interactions.
Yeah. And I think too, because I know that you said you're a little bit uncomfortable at first, and then you got comfortable. I think the more that we're uncomfortable in a situation, in that way, I think it's good for us to become comfortable with being uncomfortable because that's when like change and growth happens
Hmm. Okay.
when we're the most uncomfortable. So being uncomfortable is not a bad thing, but I'm happy that you're able to recognize it through some self-awareness. And then I also wanted to kind of jump to like the drinking, and I wanted to ask how that's been going, if it's still decreasing or if you're still in the same.
So this week was pretty much the same. I will say like I think this week I was drinking more so because I was bored and not necessarily sad. So I mean, I guess that kind of feels like progress because I mean, at least for me, because it feels like most of the time I drink when I'm sad. But like
Mhm.
last I want to say like Tuesday, um, some of my friends like wanted to have like a group FaceTime.
Mhm.
Um, so we just kind of hung out on FaceTime, drank some wine, and so that was like one time when I drank. But
Mhm.
the other time was just kind of like I'm bored. I was watching movies. Why not just
Yeah. And
drink?
remember that drinking is not a bad thing if it's for some, if it's to like socialize or if it's like that. I think it can become toxic when it's to mask feelings. So I
Hmm.
think it's really good that you recognize the reasons why you were drinking and just knew that it came out of boredom, which is normal. And then because you were like in a group and socializing with your friends too, and it wasn't to like mask these negative feelings that you're having or like run away from them. Um, and going back to with the when you were hanging out with your friends on Zoom, what was that experience like for you?
It was really fun. Like I felt better this week. I think because I had like some time. Well, because I had time like with them because I haven't talked to them in a while.
Mhm.
So it was just good catching up, um, hearing about their lives. I didn't really talk much about like my life because I didn't really have much to say. I guess that sounded good.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, like overall, I was just happy that I was able to see them. But it did feel like kind of awkward because I like purposely didn't really tell them anything about like what was going on with me.
Mhm.
Just because I just didn't one, I just didn't want them to know. And if they did know, I just didn't want them to like worry or
Mhm.
judge or anything like that.
Mhm. Um, do you think that they would judge you if you told them how you were really feeling?
I think yes and no, because I know like in our previous sessions when I was telling you a little bit about like how I've met people
Mhm.
on like apps and they weren't really like super enthusiastic about it when I told them because they were concerned about my safety. So I feel like if I told them like, yeah, I've been feeling really negatively and I decided to go to counseling, I feel like they would be happy
Mhm.
for me that I made that decision. But I also think that they would worry to the point where they would like keep bugging me about it, which
Mhm.
I don't want, or like checking up on me. And I know that they're just checking up on me because they are worried versus
Mhm.
like they just want to talk.
Right.
So yeah, I just don't really know like how they'll respond. So I just decided not to.
Mhm. Have you ever opened up to them before besides with the Tinder situation? where they reacted in a way that you felt was judgmental?
No, not really. Um, I've never like told them anything huge or like any big news that
Mhm,
would like cause them to react any kind of way. But I think it's just because I'm more so of a private person and I
mhm,
don't really like sharing too much with people.
mhm,
Um, but I do think that they would be happy for me that I decided to like come to counseling
mhm.
and start therapy. I just don't know um, if I told them like why I came, if how that would go.
Right. And that's okay because everyone's different and everyone copes. It's actually a coping strategy in a way because how others may cope is differently than how you do. And so other people might cope by venting to other people, whether they think that, whether those people are gonna worry or not. So I think the way you do it and the way you feel the most comfortable with coping with whatever you're going through, whether it's privately or being open about it, I think you should continue to do what's ever working for you. And,
Okay.
if you ever decide to open up to them, I don't think it would be a bad idea either. I think that kind of shows who your true friends are. And the ones that are, too judgmental or, if they're only calling you because, they're worried and not to actually have a conversation. I mean, that can kind of show who's really, who's really a friend and who's maybe not, too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not completely like opposed to it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll think about it and just kind of because we did have a good time
Mhm.
last Tuesday, so hopefully they can be accepting if I do decide to like share that
Yeah.
with them.
It's not a bad thing either way. Um, in my opinion. But I think with that too, after you guys hung out on Zoom, was it a thing that you think would be ongoing? Do you think it's something that could help you if you guys are able to meet more often?
Um, yeah, I think that um it was like a fun thing that I wouldn't mind doing again or like more frequently. So yeah, I think it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Good, good. That's really good to hear. Um, and then with that, was there anything else that happened in the past week that you wanted to share with me?
Let's see. Um, so I noticed that I wasn't like sad, but I noticed that I was like kind of frustrated this week
Okay.
um from my job just because my boss like took a couple days off, so it felt like a lot more work. Um, but I did because I'm just trying to be more conscious of like how I feel in the moment.
Mhm.
So I did like write down that I was feeling frustrated.
Okay.
So because I think we had talked about journaling like in the
Mhm.
past, like a little bit. So I wrote down like that I was frustrated and like why I was frustrated. And I mean it kind of helped to like just get it out.
Mhm.
Um, but it didn't really change the fact that I was frustrated. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think besides that, that was all I can really think of that happened.
Yeah. And I just want to applaud you though for like recognizing that emotion because I think people sometimes get so consumed they don't know how they're feeling, but you seem to have a lot of self-awareness and even creating more self-awareness could be really helpful for you in the future and when you are like livid to the point where you know um like some people they count to 10 in their heads when they're angry. And I think just journaling or writing down your emotions is just another way to cope with them in the moment. And I think it'll help you if you're just feeling too overpowered in some moments by negative feelings. Just jotting down how you're feeling is a really good way to kind of like release it a little bit too, or just recognize it maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it.
And that takes a little bit of extra work, but I think it's really helpful to do that. And then you can kind of remember like what was making you frustrated at the time too. That can help you recognize patterns. with people, situations, and within yourself too.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know that you said that so you were feeling frustrated with your boss during that time because you were picking up more work, you're picking up the slack a little bit. Um, did that create any other negative emotions like you wanting to go drink or you wanting to go do something that wasn't necessarily positive?
So yeah, it did make me want to drink. Um, just because I guess that's like my coping mechanism for like when I'm upset. Like, oh well, I'll just get drunk and like try to forget about it.
Right.
Um, I couldn't drink because I was still like working at the time, but
Uh-huh.
like I did have the thought of like, oh, I can't wait to like drink when I get off. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, that was probably it, like the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, when you did get off, did you end up drinking? Or by
Um,
that time were your emotions like subsided and you were good?
yeah, it was pretty early in the day, so like by the time I got off, I was over it. So I didn't need to drink. So that was, I mean, I guess yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And I think that can kind of help you recognize too, like how long you stay angry at something. That can kind of show how much that something matters.
Hmm.
So even though this was really situational and like you were in the present, in the present you were super angry, you can kind of know that even though it happened and it didn't feel right, it's not something that's gonna like ruin the rest of your day or
Hmm.
that's even gonna matter by the time you're off of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good that you don't sit there and let it bother you the rest of the day to the point where you are drinking after work. You have a lot of self-awareness and a lot of impulse control too. So that's really good.
Thank you.
It's something you can recognize and applaud yourself for because not everyone has that ability to not go and drink when something like that happens.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem. So let me look. So we have like 10 more minutes. I kind of want to continue to keep the floor open for anything that you want to discuss with me, whether it's good or bad.
So I did want to talk about because like I know, well, I don't know, but I'm assuming you're gonna ask like my goal for next week.
Right.
So I have a goal. I
Okay.
think that for sure I want to get like the actual membership this week.
Okay. Yes.
So I, once I like call my insurance, which I'll probably do like tomorrow or sometime today, maybe if I have the time. But like once I ask them about the stuff my friend was telling me about, then I'll know for sure like what I want to do. But
Mhm.
my plan is to like get the membership this week so that I can start going. So that's what I want my goal to be.
Mhm.
Um, and I think I would like to talk about, let's see. Um, so like once I decide to like go to the gym,
Mhm.
maybe like some ways to help with like some of that insecurity like while I'm exercising because I know I felt like insecure going into the gym, like just talking to the people, but I
Mhm.
know it's going to be more difficult for me because it I don't want to feel like everyone's like staring at me like while I'm working out
Mhm.
or like talking about me or just like I don't know how that's gonna go. So I
Yeah.
do feel like a little anxious
Well, I think
thinking
that
about that.
yeah, and I think that this may ease your anxiety. Remember that everybody, no matter what they look like, whenever they go to the gym, they have the same anxiety as you do. They always think, I mean, even for me, if I go to the gym, I always think that someone's staring at me, talking about me. I mean, there's a lot of times where I do something wrong too. And I'll just say, like, so the other day when I went to the gym, I was so distracted by something that, at Planet Fitness, you go and clean the machines when you're done. I went back and I cleaned the wrong machine. And I thought for sure everybody was staring at me. And I kind of take those moments to look around. And if you actually take a look around, you'll see no one's looking at you. Um, People are usually looking at themselves in the mirror if they are like in the mirror, or they're kind of, or they're worried about other people looking at them. But I think for a majority of the time, no one is looking at anybody. And I think it took me a long time to realize that too, because that would be my fear of going to the gym when everyone's there. But now when I go there, I realize no one's looking at me. Like, no one, when I cleaned the wrong machine, I was the only one who was laughing because no one else saw, and I think when you go there, just kind of keep that in mind that more often than not, no one's going to be looking or judging you because they're usually afraid of the same thing.
Okay.
At least in my opinion. And you seem
Yeah.
very aware of your surroundings, and I think that'll be easy for you to tell once you start going and you start, and especially when you start getting the momentum and the motivation to go. The more often you go, the more often you're going to want to go. Um, so I think once that starts too, those feelings of anxiety will start to subside.
Okay. And then maybe like trying to, I know for like, I don't know if you want to talk about it next week because I know you said we only have like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but just trying to talk about ways to help with, I mean, I don't know the term for it, but I feel like when I am sad, I just keep thinking about how sad I am. And the only, because I know like in the past I talked about how like drinking kind of helps to like distract me
Mhm.
because I'm like trying to take my mind off of the sad feelings because I don't like just being sad.
Mhm.
But like aside from drinking, like if I am sad, I'm just thinking about wow, my life sucks, or
Mhm.
wow, I wish, I look different, or like how to like, I guess different ways to like put a hold on those thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I know that you have to like feel the feelings. I can't
Mhm.
just like ignore them or want them to
Mhm.
completely go away.
Mhm.
But
But to
maybe like,
reframe your mindset a little bit,
yeah,
to
yeah.
like think of it in a different way.
Hmm.
And I think it's really good that we're talking about exercising now because I think this will really, really help. Um, Especially when you get that gym membership and especially when Planet Fitness opens and it's 24/7 again, because that's when it usually is open. I think that would be a really good chance for you to use the exercising as a tool because when you're exercising, the only thing you're thinking about is getting through those exercises. You're
Hmm.
really present while you're at the gym, and I think that's why exercise has been the one thing consistently proven to help with mental health because because when you're there, you're in the present. And when you exercise, your anxiety goes down. And just, it's been a one proven thing to just increase your serotonin levels. Really, when you're working out and you leave the gym, you're still feeling that happy feeling. I think that when you're feeling the most sad and you're just kind of like drowning in the feelings of being consistently sad and thinking about it, I would use that time to feel motivated, like try to change that into motivation. And then if you're able to, even do some exercises in the moment, some push-ups, maybe 10 push-ups if you feel yourself drowning, or if you're able to get up and go to the gym, just try to use that and as like an energy as to energize yourself to go to the gym and work out because I guarantee after that workout session, even if those feelings don't like diminish completely, it's going to be a tremendous I don't know, a tremendous jump from where you were.
Okay. So yeah, I can definitely try that this week and
Mhm.
see how that goes too.
Yeah, I think that would be really helpful for you. And if you're unable to, work out in the time, work out in that time, like if you're, in the middle of work or something like that, I would just try to reframe your brain into thinking about thinking about when you're going to go work out, maybe make it more of a structural thing. Give yourself, remember, I know we talked about before, give yourself something to look forward to.
Hmm.
And I think that would be really helpful in those times of like where you're feeling like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, no problem. So the goal for next week is to get a gym membership.
Yeah. I'm
To
gonna,
finish your research and do the gym membership. Okay.
yeah.
Do you think you're gonna start working out this week, or are you just gonna get the gym membership?
So I don't know if I'll start this
Mhm.
week, but I know I'm gonna at least get the membership because once I start like actually spending my money, then I'll be more motivated to
Right.
actually go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that even just getting the package or, getting set up this week, I think that is still a good jump in the right direction from where you want to end up being. So I
Mhm.
think it's still a really good like leap forward in the right direction. Yeah. So this is super exciting. I'm super proud of you for like moving forward. You're doing amazing so far, and I know that you're going to continue to do so. And I think by the end of our therapy sessions and everything, you're gonna be where you want to be.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it.
Right, no problem. So we did run out of time. Um, so I will see you next week if you don't have any questions or concerns or anything like that.
Nope, yeah, next week sounds good.
Okay, and then also, I'm gonna send you some journaling templates,
Mhm.
just to have that in front of you. Just maybe some with motivational quotes to get you going whenever you're feeling, mad or whatever negative emotions that you're feeling. I think it would be very helpful for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, well, have a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.